Joe Biden has warned that a cover-up for Prince Harry is unacceptable as a legal showdown approaches. The man behind a legal challenge to force Prince Harry to release his immigration papers says Americans have a right to know if he lied. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss anything about the British royal family. Prince Harry should have his day of reckoning with the American people over whether he lied on his immigration papers, so he could settle in the US, an expert has said. The prince, who lives in self-exile, is due to appear in court tomorrow over a bid by the Heritage Foundation to force it to publish his papers to find out whether he lied about his past drug use. The issue came to light after the Duke of Sussex admitted in his autobiography, Spare, that he had taken drugs, leading to questions about why he was allowed to obtain a visa to live in the United States. Neil Gardner, director of the Margaret Thatcher Freedom Centre at the Heritage Foundation and the man behind the legal challenge, is angered by the Joe Biden administration's support for the Duke of Sussex in his attempt to hide his papers from the American public. Mr. Gardner told the U.S. Daily Express at CPAC in Washington, D.C. that the moment Harry recorded his confessions in a book, he lost any right to secrecy. He insisted that the prince should welcome the publication of the papers if he had nothing to hide because it would clear his name. The risks are very high for Prince Harry, Gardner said. If a judge decides that DHS must release Prince Harry's immigration records, they will be released to the general public. We at the Heritage Foundation filed a lawsuit against the Department of Homeland Security to release those records, because it refused to act in a transparent manner. If Harry has nothing to hide, he should welcome the release of those records. The risks are also high for Biden, Gardner said. The American people have a right to know whether immigration laws are being applied and enforced equally without favoritism or preferential treatment. Harry should be treated no differently than anyone else applying for a US visa, Gardner said. This is a matter of transparency and accountability. Gardner said America was founded on the principle that everyone should be equal before the law, and that just because someone is royalty does not mean they are above it. I think the American people very much hate the idea that someone should be treated differently because of their social status, or some kind of nobility, or belonging to some kind of elite, he said. I think in many ways Prince Harry represents the ruling elite that expects to be treated differently. The American people want to see the law applied to everyone equally. I think the big implication of this is that it is unacceptable for the Biden administration to operate in a way that lacks any transparency or accountability.